Good evening, friends, and welcome to day 35 of A Poem a Day for 2026. It is Wednesday, the 4th of February. It's been a bit of a day. I've been up since early doors so that I could finish work a bit early. I had a doctor's appointment and some other things. The communication between my laptop and the screens just decided to fail. It's an issue that's happened before, so thankfully I knew how to fix it. And as I opened up YouTube to get everything ready to upload this video, I realised that I had uploaded one of my failed attempts from last night, which was only a 2-second video. So I apologise for that. I am in the process of uploading the correct video, so you will be able to enjoy 2 videos this evening. A giant firefly by Kobayashi Isa will be ready before this one. This one is still going to go live at 7:30 as usual. YouTube is currently doing all of the usual checks and balances as I'm recording this, so I'll accept that and it will go live straight away. I had seen that my wrong video had a number of views, so thank you everybody, and hopefully you'll come back to see the actual video and join me for a bit of a chat. It's a nice chat, so hopefully that'll help. I hope you've had a good Wednesday. Like, this hasn't been a particularly bad Wednesday, it's been busy and my brain is feeling soupy. But thankfully I've not got much to do this evening. And I was really excited because I was ready to film probably half an hour ago before things all went wrong, and it was still light. I was so excited. But obviously it's now quite dark, and the sky is looking quite clear, so I think it's going to be very cold. I am sat here in a rather fluffy hoodie, and I do have a hand warmer in my hoodie pocket, so yeah, please do keep it warm this evening, friends, and whether that means hot water bottle in bed, maybe you've got an electric blanket, or just cuddling up with loved ones, be they human or furry, for warmth, or chancing it and putting on the heating. Keep safe, keep warm. While you're doing that though, let me regale you with today's poem. See what the big red book has for us. This is a name that I know. So today we have a piece entitled All That Is Gold Does Not Glitter by J.R.R. Tolkien. I've got goosebumps. Our blurb reads as follows. This poem appears twice in The Fellowship of the Ring, the first book of Tolkien's trilogy, The Lord of the Rings. It is a riddle in which things appear out of their opposites. It describes the character of Aragorn, who is set to be king, despite seeming unkingly. Tolkien took inspiration from the popular phrase, "All that glitters is not gold." So, this is All That Glitters Is Not Gold by J.R.R. Tolkien. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. From the ashes a fire shall be woken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be the blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king. Oh my goodness. I just had a whole run of goosebumps down my back. I know that the Lord of the Rings franchise, intellectual property, universe, however you want to describe it, is a very popular one. It's beloved by many of various ages. I was very late, very late to finding it. I've always described myself as some variation of a nerd or a dork, but had assumed that I was not a fantasy kind of nerd. I tried to read The Hobbit when I was at school. I have a thing about chronology and reading things in order. Reading, watching. And I think I got like 10 pages in, and 14-year-old me was like, what is all of these flowery words? And took it back to the school library. And from that moment on I was like, yeah, no. And then the films came out, probably when I was in latter stages of secondary school, I think. I definitely need to check that. And I was like, I am not willing to lose that much of my life to watching these films. And of course, if you watch the extended editions in one go, that's like a whole day. I was like, no, not for me. And there was a guy that I was seeing. We ended up being together for just over 8 years. He was a big geek. I bought him the movies when they were released on Blu-ray. Other platforms are available. And he made me watch them. He said it would make him really happy if I watched them. So we sat and watched them over a couple of evenings, because I said that I absolutely was not watching them in one go. And I was like, they're okay. I wasn't particularly taken with them. But I think it was more that I felt I was watching them under duress, so I didn't really want to enjoy them. And I kind of took the approach of, I've watched them now, I don't need to watch them again. And we went to go and see the Hobbit films when they came out at the cinema, and I really enjoyed the Hobbit films, but again felt a resistance because of what had happened with the Lord of the Rings films. That relationship ended and time passed, and then I ended up with the most wonderful group of friends, many of whom are fans of Lord of the Rings. And a conversation broke out during a Dungeons and Dragons session one evening, where I said that I actively disliked it, and one of the party took great offence. And after the session ended, I realised that I wasn't necessarily the same person that I had been when I decided that I didn't like it. This was still This was 5 years ago that I came to that realisation. I still haven't got round to watching them again, but I really want to. I have listened. I'm a big fan of audiobooks. Um, it's a significantly easier way for me to consume books. I struggle with concentration, but I also have a voracious need for noise and sounds, the right kind of sounds. And I have listened to The Hobbit more times than I could tell you in the past 2 or 3 years. It's become somewhat of a comfort story for me. And I think I've listened to the rest of the books a few times. But the Hobbit is really where it's at for me. The version narrated by Andy Serkis, because he's just fantastic. But I'm looking to buy my own copy of the films, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and I'm really looking forward to marathoning them and watching them all. And yeah, kind of becoming one of those nerds, truly. And I feel that that's some kind of growth. I don't think that was where I started this thought, but that's where we've ended up. But it's lovely to see something from Tolkien in this book. And yeah, really, just made me feel good. I was about to apologise for oversharing or boring you with my life story, but I'm trying to get better at not apologising for just being me. If I've bored you, of course, I'm sorry for that, but hopefully that's not the case. I will say again, if you have any thoughts for our bonus video for this month, do let me know in the comments or otherwise. I am pondering as to what I could do. But yeah, day 35, that's where we are. I'm excited to see what's going to be day 36, and I'm excited to see it with you all. I'm going to go and make myself some dinner, feed the cats who are currently sleeping. That's why I've not been too hurried this evening, I'm not being harassed. And have a lovely quiet evening, and keep warm. Thank you so much for being here, friends. It really does mean a lot. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.